it becomes a very good motivator to know that it has nothing to do with anything else other than you may have a little extra weight based on how tall you are.
Yeah.
And so that becomes a really good motivator to go make a little better life choices, eat a little better, maybe exercise a little bit more, and set yourself on a path to really improve your life and have the ability to improve your health ratings.
This is BetterWealth with Caleb Guilliams. Did you know if you got a poor health rating, you could actually retake a test later in the future? In today's BetterWealth breakdown, we're going to break down ideas, thoughts, and quotes from around the world to help you live more intentionally. And this is something that comes up a lot because we have people that come into our world, want to get the and asset, want to get life insurance. They take their test. They may not get a super favorable rating. It may or may not sense for them to start today. But we actually do this for our clients, and this has happened multiple times. And I'm shocked that nobody's talking about this, that they can actually reapply in the future. So Rayhan, Dan, can you break that down step one through how many steps there are? Because I really believe, like, if you're working with someone that doesn't know this, send them this podcast, because it's a ninja trick that I think we do to overserve our clients in their ability to be more efficient with money.
Well, generally, the first thing to do for any life insurance is to get a health rating. And basically what that means is you go through a process with the insurance company, and they're looking at basically age, height, weight, medical history, medications that you're on, motor vehicle record. There's a lot of things that go into that. And there's actually the one of the only reasons you wouldn't go through underwriting is if you're a child. And that's actually an example as well. And I'll touch on that. But generally, when you go through this process, there's like, all companies have different types of ratings, but they generally go from like super preferred to select to standard to table ratings, and then standard, non-smoker, smoker, all those things in between.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times what's happening is people are getting poor or not necessarily bad ratings, but like a standard rating due to build.
Yeah.
And it becomes a very good motivator to know that it has nothing to do with anything else other than you may have a little extra weight based on how tall you are.
Yeah.
And so that becomes a really good motivator to go make a little better life choices, eat a little better, maybe exercise a little bit more, and set yourself on a path to really improve your life and have the ability to improve your health rating. So we've had some people that they get that rating and it becomes like it fires them up. Like it's that moment that they realize that, you know what, I'm going to take a stance and I'm going to get a better health rating, because not only does it make my policy either cheaper for term insurance or more efficient for a whole life or an asset style policy. But it just lets you know that you're living a more healthy life. And so what can happen is if you get a rating today, a year later, at a minimum, you can reapply.
Right. And so you get that rating, and then you do the and asset. So it's like you got a rating that you're like, I feel like I'm healthier. I can get healthier. You start the and asset. And what you're saying is, even though you started that contract, some companies will let you reapply in the future. And if you are healthier, or if you have lost weight, they can actually give you a better quote unquote plan just by updating your health.
Yeah. And I thank you for touching on that, because that's one of the coolest things is you can reapply and you can't go backwards.
Yeah.
So let's just say you got a standard and then they find out that there's something that would have rated you worse than standard. They can't take it retroactively. And so that's there's nothing bad for doing this other than you got to get poked again, which I know you wouldn't want to do.
Right.
And
there's some work, there's some time invested into it. And obviously if we did this for every one of our clients, the insurance companies might be like, hey, why are you doing this? But it's because our clients are people that very much want to better their lives, and we can put them on a path. And it also can get people to say, I'm going to say yes to something, and I'm now going to have a metric that can keep me accountable to be healthier.
That's right. And it's one of those things where it's like, you know what, with your situation, you should still get the coverage in place and know that there's a future opportunity to increase the efficiency of your plan or decrease the cost of it. And the other piece that I love to touch on is for child policies. All child policies are issued at standard. And then at 18, you have the opportunity to go ahead and actually go through underwriting and hopefully improve that rating. And a lot of times, because they're so young, you can get that top super preferred rating, which takes your policy from standard all the way up to super preferred, and the efficiency just skyrockets from there. So there's a lot of opportunities here, and there's even people who may be postponed. That's another example of, you may be postponed because either you're pregnant or you have some sort of illness that is getting cleared up, or you had some sort of illness that that they just want to see a little bit more of a track record. And that's another opportunity too,
Yep.
is like just shelf it for a second and then we can look at reapplying. And so there's a lot of different opportunities for that. And it's a matter of working with somebody like us who actually understands this
Right.
stuff and really wants to empower people to go back through that process
Yeah.
so that you can get that better health rating.
Yeah, this just happened the other day with a client that we served 3+ years ago, just got a better rating. And it's just amazing. It's just like that fires us up because that is a way for us to go above and beyond and just serve people incredibly well. And thank goodness we have a team, because there's no way in the world, if we were a one-man show, that I would be able to do that for our clients. And so shout out to our incredible team. And again, hopefully this is super helpful. If you are an advisor, this is a hack that you should take back to your practice. And if you're either working with us or you're working with somebody else, keep this in the back of your head, because there's always a way to be more optimized. I love optimization, because the definition of optimization is make it better. Take what you're currently doing and make it better. And we want to be a company that does that. And so if you have any questions about the AND asset, even what we're talking about, life insurance, you can check out the links below. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can check out the links below. Otherwise, you can go to our website, betterwealth.com, and we have a bunch of resources there, and you will be able to talk to someone on our team if you really want to learn more, and if you have any questions. So anything else you want to end?
I would just say that this idea of getting a better health rating is intentional living. And that's what we're all about. And I love seeing that spark in people, knowing that now they have something to shoot for. And that is just the most basic idea of intentional living, is knowing that this is where I'm at and this is where I want to be.
Yep.
And now putting the steps in place, and we will cheer you on. That's been one of the most fun things, is seeing people that take that stance, say, I want to do this.
Yep.
And then checking in with them every couple of months, being, hey, how's this going? How's it going? How are you doing? And
Yep.
It's just so fun to see this transformation in a lot of people.
I love it. Go out and live intentionally. Thank you so much for listening to the BetterWealth podcast. It would mean the world to me if you could hit subscribe, leave a review, and share this with the people that you know and love.